how do we facilitate healings, if that's the question you're asking? A lot of it is in presence, and is in being present, and in not looking to bring about a specific kind of a change or a result. Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Oh, want to heal my ankle, want to heal my knee. Vedic neurotherapist wrote, experience and being detached with all powers is essence. There are many ways to talk about presence. Experience itself is finite. It has a beginning, it has a middle, it has an end. And yet, we are infinite, even before the physical experience. And as we allow ourselves to be the awareness of the infinite us, even if that's in the willingness to not know, to explore, to allow discovery to arise for us. This is our healing. And this is the facilitation of healings for many. I noticed that my hands were moving. Sometimes I like to play and experience sensation-wise. Like right now I have a different kind of a vibratory feeling in my palm. So I'm in awareness of it. And I'm in presence with you. I'm only receiving. You're only receiving. There is no sending, because our beingness is our receiving. Our beingness is our receiving. This is who we are. And it's counter to what we look at. We look at I see snowflakes coming out the window. I see them starting up in one place and coming down to another. And we go, is it sending? What's happening? And then I see them moving around. But they're simply in presence. They are simply in presence. And in presence, what do you get? Well, I'll give you one thing that I might suggest we explore. We get a glimpse into the infinite, into who we are. We get a glimpse of our true nature, and that is the key to our healing, because that glimpse allows us to gain more glimpses, infinite glimpses, and we bring them into our lives with us, into our daily interactions with ourselves, with others. This allows us to recognize that healing is being with what is. You say, but I want to change what is. That's what the healing is. Healing is about being with what is, instead of an attachment to what isn't. And much as it doesn't seem to make linear sense, being with what is allows for the beautiful transformation, unfolding, evolving of what is into more. And we say, well, what if it's more of what I don't want? Most likely it's not. Most likely it's the discovery of what you may have been looking for and not even known that you were looking for. I'm seeing comments flying by faster than I can read them, so let's see. Release the outcome, Renee says, like the archer drawing an arrow on a bow, let it go. Svalbard says, so I get it. I always associate my healing with people and objects, even nature. But it's really that it is behind all those objects. I think I'm picking up on a conversation and I'm not catching the previous one, so it's hard to go backwards in some of these. But yes, we are all connected. How do you relate astrology and atomic microcosm in healing? What are your views on healing with diagnosis and treatment? You know, as many of our grandmothers used to tell us, don't mix in, don't mix in. I'm being funny, but you know, diagnosis and treatment. Diagnosis determines what that person is able to recognize in a situation. And then treatment acts on what that person is able to recognize, which is rarely ever the whole picture. So it tends to be, diagnosis and treatment tends to be symptom related. But rarely does it handle the bigger picture, which includes causality. There was a wonderful philosopher who used to say, die comes from the Latin word die, meaning two. Agnosis comes from the Greek word agnostic, meaning don't know. So there you have it. Two people who don't know, you and your doctor. He, of course, was being funny because most words are not derived from Latin and Greek, but I think you get the point. The less we attempt to control, the more we can get out of the way. And our reward is that we're invited in to witness the perfection of the balancing of the healing. The perfection and the balance of what is healing and the witnessing. That's truly the gift. As a wonderful present-day teacher, Rupert Spira, says, it's about the love of God, or whatever word you want to use. We have to learn to give up our techniques. Technique cannot take us there. Observation allows for presence. Receiving. Here is the healing. So many of you are talking about the changes. Fear and pain have decreased. Thank you. The changes that have come about. And yet, there's been no sending of healing in this. In my receiving is your receiving. Is everyone's receiving, even as someone commented here, what about Donald Trump? Well, we're all there, okay? So politics aside, healing is received by the people we love, the people we like, the people we don't like, the people we really don't think we like. Healing is received by everyone because we are everyone in this situation. Renee says this process touches every facet of life. Take a step, an action, and observe what happens. These are some of the really important keys. Vedic neurotherapist says, he's met so many masters from Tibet and ancient culture who had so much technology. You know, there's a lot of technology. There are a lot of things that have been ongoing, that are ongoing. Are we here to copy? Are we here to repeat? Are we here to discover who we are? Are the teachers and the masters and those who call themselves masters, which brings up a whole other question, because would a master really call themselves a master? But let's not get into that conversation. Are they here so we repeat and stay where they are? Or are they here to allow us to let go, discover who we are, and move forward? We've learned many things from many teachers. And sometimes people would ask me, if I transcend those methods, how will I honor my teacher? And I have to tell you, if you learn from a teacher, they might not feel so honored. If you learn from a true master, they'll recognize that's the only way to honor them. Let's wrap with that concept for today. So as they say, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, and that also means oftentimes kissing, blessing, and saying goodbye to some of the earlier teachers and teachings. To ascend a staircase, you have to step up off of the step that you are on. Otherwise, your life is on hold. You might as well get a pillow and a blanket and a small little radio or something and stay on that step for the rest of your life. I look forward to the next step. I look forward to my next steps. So one of my next steps will come by seeing you again.